I need everybody's attention, please. Nice job, nicely done. So welcome to 8th grade at the high school, Dennis Yarmouth Regional High School. I hope everybody that wanted a bracelet got a green DY wristband. And my second introductory announcement is this class meeting is being live streamed by our broadcasting class. This class meeting is going to be on DY Media 1, and it is going to be shared with your families. So they can see all of the information that we are telling you at the 8th grade class meeting, and you guys will be able to be a partnership at home supporting the information that is shared. So thank you. So welcome. My name is Mrs. Bennett, and I am your principal. Next slide. All right, so I'm just going to ask that it stays quiet while we go through these slides so that we can get through this information. The administration, you've probably met most of us in the first 2 weeks of school, but we have myself, Mrs. Bennett, Mr. Banbury, Mrs. Dick, Ms. Kimmick, Mr. Evans, who's right here, and Ms. O'Connor, the athletic director, who may be joining us. Now, there was a little bit of movement over the summer. Can I have the class advisor raise their hand? Is that? Nice. Ms. Crary is your class advisor. So anything that has to do with fundraising, getting school dance. Yeah, round of applause for Mrs. Crary. All right. I need everybody's attention, please. All right, so fundraising. We have had a pretty consistent 8th grade dance that Mrs. Crary and Mr. Evans have been able to pull off. So if you want to do things that continue with tradition or things for the first time, that is going to be through Mrs. Crary. Now, you've already seen this too, maybe your family has, from the superintendent. These are the district core values. Equity, dignity, excellence, community, and integrity. We are committed to that as a district. Next slide. And we take it a step further at the high school, and we have something called the vision of a graduate. You are here for 5 years. It's going to feel really far away, graduation, but I'm telling you, it goes quickly. So we are going to ensure that every graduate of DY is a communicator, a problem solver, innovator, community member, and lifelong learner. This slide, part of obtaining the vision of the graduate is going to be through your grades. You have 5 years. Grades are going to go on a journey with you. So I really like this slide that grades won't dictate your future, but they do tell a story. They tell a story of moments of discipline over distraction, responsibility over excuses, growth over comfort. They are not a measure of your worth, but a reflection of your journey. When we start talking about your transcript, your time in high school is going to be shown on a piece of paper, your transcript. That's one piece of your story, and your grades are a part of that. So the more you have to explain that piece of paper, it might show opportunities that you chose discipline over distraction, or growth over comfort, and responsibility over excuses. So make sure your grades are something you control. If you missed the assignment, it's your job to get that assignment in. So where you see your grades is on PowerSchool. I like to equate PowerSchool to, when you get older, your bank account. The bank doesn't tell me when I've overdrafted. I have to make sure and check my bank account regularly to make sure I haven't overdrafted. So, of course, teachers and counselors are going to support you, but it's your job to make sure you're standing in each class. I shouldn't have to ask you if you're passing. You should already know that you're passing. And then we have the Dolphin Way. I specifically chose pictures of graduation as well because it is your responsibility to be here, be respectful, and be responsible. If in those moments of distraction, if you're making decisions thinking about the Dolphin way, you are going to make it to graduation. You are going to be successful here. Next slide. Is it freezing here? All right. So a big part of you getting to be the vision of the graduate and graduating is attendance. Really quickly, did it go? Can you go backwards? Really quickly, there is a category of a student being chronically absent. You get that title of chronically absent when you've missed 18 days of school or more. I am sure none of you are going to fall in that category. But for the sake of this slide, these are MCAS scores of students who are chronically absent in blue and MCAS scores of kids who are not chronically absent in orange. So hopefully visually you can see the gap that when you are in school, you are going to do measurably better on MCAS. Now that's just one piece of data. You're going to do better in your classes. You are going to join clubs and athletics. You may even be a leadership role in student council. You may even be in some advanced placement classes. So it all depends on you being here and not being chronically absent. That is how you're going to achieve at high school. Dolphin Home is going to be, and Dolphin Time is a time where you can get that support that you may need. Again, you've got to be here to get that support. So next week, you're going to have your first Dolphin Home, Dolphin Time week. You go to your Dolphin Home on Monday. You schedule your week Tuesday through Friday to see various teachers. That may be extra help. That may be enrichment. But that is up to you. If you keep up with all of your work and you keep really solid grades, you're going to be able to choose who you see for Dolphin Time throughout the week. E-Hall Pass, again, that's a carryover from middle school. I worked with Mr. Bavino on that. So you should all be clear. You need an E-Hall Pass whenever you leave your classroom. That just then results in more positive interactions in the hallway, and everyone knows where you're going and what your destination is. Cell phones, again, it's a little bit different than the middle school, but not too much. Your phones are in the cell phone locker during class time. So you can have your phone during passing and during lunch, and that is if you can be responsible with your phone during class. It goes in the phone locker at the beginning, and you get your phone after class. Now, we are going to support you if you can't be responsible with your phone. And I'll quickly go through our measure progressive discipline. It might be up 2 slides. So first offense, we take your phone, we'll get it back to you at 2:04. Second offense, you get a disciplinary, detention along with a phone call home, and you get your phone back at 2:04. Third offense, we're going to schedule a family meeting. We're going to keep your phone, and you may get a disciplinary response as in a detention. The point I really want to make is you'll get your phone back every day at 2:04. So I don't want to see my administrators arguing with a single one of you about us taking your phone, because it could have been avoided if you put it in the phone locker. So you put your phone away, it's not a problem. We have to support you. We keep it for the day. You get it back at 2:04. And if you continue to struggle with your phones, it will come with a detention and a family meeting. I see some hands. I have a QR code for questions after this. I do want to know your questions. I want to get you answers. It will just happen on a Google form. All right, dress code. That's a lot of language. The dress code is in the handbook. My biggest things are that your dress does not distract from the learning process and it doesn't harm this building. So if your dress, you are here for school, you are here for academics, that's your main objective, your main responsibility. So your dress cannot distract from that, and your dress cannot harm the building. I don't want cleats inside, athletic gear. That could harm the building. All right, cafeteria. I've got 2 pictures here. The one is of our German club hosting our German exchange students at a game night in the cafeteria. That's up here to show you that the cafeteria is a community space. We have custodians that help clean it up. We have 2. There's about 350 kids that go through each lunch. It is not their responsibility to clean up after 350 kids. It's your responsibility to clean up after 1 person and yourself. If we can continue to do that, we can hold community events in our cafeteria. Now, the second picture is how the cafeteria was left the first week of school. That is a picture of not cleaning up after yourself. We have to wipe down all the tables. You need to throw away the milk cartons and any trays. So it's been really, really good so far, but I really want to hold more community events in the CAF, and we can only do that if it's clean. Next, this 8th grade class has been amazing. Don't let me jinx myself here, but you've got to stay in the lunch, in the cafeterias until the bell rings. You've already shown you can do it, so we're going to keep it going the rest of the school year. Hallways and bathrooms. Again, I want to keep the hallways respectful, responsible, and then that leads to really positive interactions. The way I get to know you guys is from our interactions in the hallway. So the more positive they are, the more conversation we have, the more I get to know you and more opportunities you'll have as a junior and a senior. So, and it's the same thing that goes with every adult that may not be on your schedule. So if someone says, hey, where are you going? They're not trying to give you a hard time. We're trying to have a conversation. That's part of preparing you for the real world. Can we stop with the bubbles? Thank you. Dolphin Way, again, I have a matrix, if your teachers haven't shown you this, how to be here, respectful, responsible in all settings, in the hallway, in the cafeterias, and in the classroom. Detention, just to note, we have teacher detention, that's an hour after school. We have an administrator detention, that's an hour after school. And then we have, it can escalate to an administrative detention for up to 2 hours after school. So again, I don't think anyone will have to memorize that. I just want you to know that there may be times we ask you to stay after school so that we can problem solve some things that happen during the day. Co-curriculars, again, it's so important to get involved. You guys being 8th graders have an opportunity to try something out. We have so many clubs and athletics, which I'll get to in a minute. When you get involved now, you find out things that you didn't know you liked, and you realize you really, really like it. You also find out some things you didn't know you didn't like, and it's early enough to stop and leave the club and try something new. My goal for all of you is that by the time you're a junior or a senior, you've tried something in the 8th grade and you become a leader in that club. We have presidents of student council. We have presidents of honor societies. We have vice presidents, secretaries, all the way down. So it's really important to show that you're connected to your school and could possibly hold a leadership role. Same thing with athletics. We have lots and lots of opportunities. I know Miss O'Connor had let us know some sports that we're still accepting athletes. So if you're not involved in a fall sport, get involved in a winter sport. And the biggest thing to note here is you've got to register on Family ID. So if you haven't done that yet and you want to get involved in a sport, Miss O'Connor is your point of contact, but Family ID is your next first step. With that said, we have a Dolphin Dash, which is a 5K road race on Saturday, September 27th. It's a wonderful community event. We have vendors. I even have the Dunkin' Donuts refresher bus coming in, and it's free. So we've got lots of other local artists. I know, Dunkin' Donuts is exciting. If we're really good, I'm going to invite them back, too, for some surprise events. So I hope it's a success. But we've got the race, we've got vendors, we've got food, refreshments. So bring your families, come to the Dolphin Dash. All the money goes back to DY Athletics and Music and Band. So you guys are the ones benefiting from the Dolphin Dash. Student Family Handbook, that went out on Parent Square. Make sure that you take a look at it. Don't sign anything that you haven't read. You then have to fill out a Google form saying that you read it. So please, please, please read the handbook and sign and acknowledge that you've read it. And I think we're getting close to the end. We are here to support you. You have, I think I did the math, I think every student here, including teachers, has about 13 adults behind them wanting them to be successful here at DY. So of course you have the administration, you have your school counselors, you have your teachers, you have your class advisor, there's liaisons, we're all here to back you up. So if you're finding yourself dipping in being here, be responsible, be respectful, and you need some extra support, we are here to do that. All you have to do is tell one trusted adult, one staff member in the building, and we will make everything else happen. So it's just about reaching out. No matter what you need, we're here to help you. That's for juniors, seniors, Yearbook. I'll keep going. Put it in here. Keep going. Okay, communication. I am giving your parents the Google Classroom code for the Lagoon Google Classroom. That has all student announcements. The virtual backpack on the website has everything that's in the Google Classroom. So if you're wondering when a club meets, it's going to be on the virtual backpack and in the Lagoon. So if you have both of those, you're going to be in good shape in terms of student announcements. Helpful information. If Dolphin Time isn't working, every teacher has after-school extra help. Late buses are going to start next week, and they will depart at 4 o'clock. Please let the main office know if you are going to be absent. Of course, it doesn't change that chronically absent chart, but it's really important that we know where you are if you're not in school. And we are going to have a great year. We're going to work together, and we are going to build on the success you've already had. Thank you so much. A quick round of applause for all of you and all your teachers. And I'm going to keep you here. We have 1 minute until the bell. You can stay and hang. There you go. Have a good day. Thank you.